Hey guys, it's Mrs. Taliaferro,
And Miss Scott.
and today we're going to show you this brand new feature that we can add to our canvas, and it's called Cami. So, first thing before I forget, let me go ahead present my screen so that you're able to see. All right, and what we're going to do is to add a Chrome tab with this plus arrow, and we're going to type in Cami, K-A-M-I. It's going to bring you to this page. If you don't already have a Cami account, go ahead, create an account here. It's going to walk you through the Google login and all that. I already have an account, so I'm just going to sign in. Cami can be synced with your Google Drive. It can grab PDFs from your computer, from your Google Classroom, or a brand new page. The document that we'll be working on is PDF. It's on my Google Drive, so I'm going to go ahead and click on that one. It's in this folder. This is my Google Drive. As I said, it can be linked, and I want this document. The cool thing about Cami, it allows you to write on a document, on a PDF at that. And once this is uploaded into Canvas, then your students are also able to write on a document. It creates a document for each of your students so they can submit as an assignment. For example, if I double tap here, it allows me to write anywhere I click. So I'm going to add my name. And you see how it works. But please note, whatever you add to your teacher document on here, it will give, or it will be printed on the student's side as well. So you can go ahead and do an example with the drawing. Select your color. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 6 is 6. 1 times 9 is 9. So whatever you do on here, 1 times 2 is 2. All right, this is incomplete. I can do this. I can lay the turtle egg for the students, put a plus sign, and that will be an example. I can show this to you whenever we get onto Canvas. So you'll see that whatever I do on here, the students will in fact have access to. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to turn you over to Miss Scott, who is going to walk you through setting up or installing Cami on your canvas. So Miss Scott, take it away.
Yes, ma'am. And I'm going to walk you through those steps, just like Miss Taliaferro says, and I'm going to do it in my sandbox. So you will have to set up Cami in each of your subject areas that you want to use it in. I've done it for all 4 of my main subject areas, so I'm going to just use my sandbox now. I'm in my sandbox and I'm going to my settings, which of course is at the very bottom of the left navigation tab for my courses. And once I get here, I want to go ahead and find apps. And I want to filter by name, and I'll type in Cami and it pops up right here, and I'll go ahead and click it. Now, once I get to this point, I'm looking for this that says for full installation instructions and to generate a key and secret for install, see this link. So we're going to click that link. And I'm looking for a blue tab that says generate key somewhere in the middle. So here it is, generate LTI key. Now, once it pops up with this, and again, I do have a Cami account, and so I did not need to go ahead and sign in. But remember, as Ms. Taliaferro said, you do need to go ahead and sign and create an account and sign into that account. And it brought me straight to here, and it gave me this consumer key rather and shared secret key. So I'm going to go back to my Cami tab now at the very top. And I'm going to go ahead and go back once. I'm going to go back once. use my back button to go back once. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and filter by name again, Cami. And this time when I click it, I'm looking for this button that says Add App. So you see that there is a box that pops up asking me for that customer key and consumer key rather, and a shared secret. I go back to my Cami tab. I'm going to go ahead and copy that customer key. I'm going to go back here and I'm going to paste it. And I'm going to do the same for my shared secret key. And then finally, I can add app. And voila, the app was successfully added. All right.
Thank you, Miss Scott.
You're welcome.
Love that singing voice, girl. So we're going to go back to Canvas. Let's start on the dashboard. All right, so I'm going to show you Cami at work, and I'm going to go into my ELA course and show you samples of assignments. These will have students' name and grades on there. Maybe I shouldn't do that. All right, we're going to go ahead and upload Cami. So we're going to create an assignment. I'm in math, and that worksheet that we used earlier. Click on assignments. Sorry, I don't want to create an all new assignment. Let's do that again. I need to add it to this week's assignment. I'm going to click on that one. It's an assignment. I'm going to call it PD for professional development. I want it to be due, let's say next week, Thursday. And how about a 10-point question? I'm going to go ahead and save. So I can go ahead and make edits to this assignment right here. I'm going to click on PD, edit. I'm going to scroll down. Points, I don't want it to count towards the final grade. Submission type, and this is where we pay close attention. Click on this arrow here, click on external tool, and you're going to find our assignment. Of course, after you had created your account, you had you found your worksheet, pulled your worksheet from wherever it was. Mine was in my Google Drive. So now I'm going to go find that worksheet that I want to work with. Select here, then I'm looking for Cami. There we go. I have Cami in my assignments 2 times, my external tools 2 times, because of course I was impatient. I downloaded it once, and it takes roughly 5 to 10 minutes to generate in your thing. I did it a second time, but no harm. Please going to pull up your Google Drive. And there we go. That is our worksheet. Just click select and voila. Also important to note, tick this box. It says load this tool in a new tab. You want to do that to give students a bigger workspace. I want limited attempts 1 time. I don't want it included when syncing grade. I'm assigning it to everyone. The due date is there. Let's make it available as of now. And I'm going to go ahead and save. I'm not going to save and publish because I don't want my students to. All right, once my students get to assignments, recalled hours PD, it will be here. And this is what I had said to you guys earlier. Whatever I put on the master sheet is what the students will have. So if you go ahead and make an example out of yours for your students, they're able to see that example and can use that to work on the others. Miss Bernard had pointed out to us that it has text to speech. So for those persons who have an IEP, this tool is great. So it actually reads the text for the student. As I said before, each student has their own individual copy. and the submit button is here. All the students need to do is to click on the submit button. It sends it over to the teacher. As an educator, you can go ahead using your drawing icon here, select your color, and I want mine a little thicker. Select your thickness, and you're able to check students' work. You can annotate on there. You can do whatever it is that you need to do, and then you submit it to the students so they now have access to. Let's go back to the screen where we can address Miss Scott some of the questions that were asked yesterday.
Yes, ma'am.
Somebody somebody had made mention about the 3-month trial,
Yes.
because when you sign up, it's going to tell you that you have 90 days.
Mhm.
But I think that's a good thing, Miss Scott, because it's 90 days to play around with the premium version. You will still have Cami, but then you may not have, the premium rights to it. And it's an advantage because it's 90 days of freeness.
Exactly. And at that point, maybe by then we can figure out something else that could replace it with those capabilities. Although I think it's just phenomenal. But it's still something to have in the meantime, with Envision, with those worksheets and any other worksheet that we could have possibly use with our children from within Wisdom in Sync and from Envision, like I said, it will be a phenomenal game changer.
It most definitely will. And another question that somebody had was if it can only be used in a school setting. And no, once you have any PDF form, when you want to open it, it's going to ask you what tool you want to use to open it. You select Cami, and sometimes with those things you select open with docs. The form comes distorted. This one
Yes.
comes as is.
It's so great because I usually use HyperDoc to do it. And, apart from opening it and using, whatever space, then we have to submit it again. And, a lot of times that's a step that a lot of students forget, or they might share it with you when you wanted it in Canvas for you to be able to just grade it using SpeedGrader. But with Cami, all that integration is already there. So they basically just hit that submit button and it comes straight back to you and they don't have to do anything else.
Yes, ma'am. And just to add to what Miss Scott just said, with the speed grader, for those who have the canvas on the tablet, it's perfect. You're using your finger to check. And yes, ma'am. There was one other thing I wanted to add. Can't remember what it is now. But I mean, I think Cami is a good addition to the whole canvas because
Not to
it's
mention that text to speech part that Miss Bernard showed us. That just blew my mind.
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It sure did. Um, if there's anything else, Miss Scott, I think that's it for me.
And me too.
Thanks, guys, for watching.
Yeah, see you around virtually.